Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome or welcome back to Stars Aligned Oracle YouTube channel and the Lucky Stars community. Cat Star here, and we're just going to see what messages need to come through. We are using the main deck here, the Secret Light, or excuse me, Secret Language of Light Oracle. So we're going to see kind of what message needs to come through for you. We do have the tarot, and then we have one of my own decks. So if you've been here for a minute, you might have seen that, all right, in the past. Anyway, as a reminder, my readings are for entertainment and are general in nature. They may or may not resonate for everybody, so please do take what is for you and leave what isn't. For those of you liking and sharing the videos, thank you so much. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. I also want to give a huge shout out to all of the new and returning viewers and subscribers, and to the amazing channel members. Thank you all so much for being here. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. All right, let's go ahead and see what messages need to come through. Now, this is a timeless message. Timeless meaning no matter what date or time you come across this message, if it resonates for you, then it is. If it resonates with you, excuse me, then it is for you. Okay, let's see, Spirit, what is the message that needs to come through for Aquarius? What needs to come through for Aquarius? All right, we have two of them here. Ooh, both sideways too, because these cards kind of go up and down and they go sideways. So you got two sideways ones. You got 19 and 26. Oh, and one of them I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to pronounce, so we'll just see what happens there. Okay. Ooh, let's go ahead and see what else needs to come through. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, right off the bat, I can already see, I don't know why I left this one out and not the others, but right off the bat, I can already see that you are going through a bit of a transformation, obviously, because that is what the first card is. Look how gorgeous these are. These are amazing. Okay, now this is number 19, so number 19 may mean something to you. It may have some kind of benefit, or right, you may see it. It may be that your birthday's on the 19th. It could be that somebody special to you has 19 in the digits of their phone number, right? It could come through in many different ways here, Aquarius, but some of you may want to look up the number 19, but also if we kind of condense that down, 1 plus 9 does equal 10, and that is the Wheel of Fortune. So moving into a very fortunate time, there is that transformation. So some of you are transforming out of struggle into a very fortunate time. For others of you, you're having a metamorphosis, a transformation of sorts, potentially a glow up even, and or some of you have gotten out of a relationship. This is just what's coming through here. A relationship potentially that was difficult and felt like that was all that was out there, but there is a transformation inside Aquarius. There is somebody new that is going to treat you amazing, wonderful, that's going to be coming up the pike. Okay, so this energy that's coming through with this card here, Aquarius, sounds a bit like sharp, okay, but the message that is coming through with this card is suffering is optional, but you have made this choice, Aquarius. Some of you have made the choice and or realized, hey, I don't have to put myself through this. I don't have to continue to do this, whatever it may be specifically for you, whether it's the, the struggle, being on the struggle bus for some of you, maybe it's a relationship, what have you. There is a transformation that is coming in, Aquarius, and it's coming in fairly quickly. Okay, now with that, I don't even know what this one is. Yeah, look at that. Interesting. You see? Wow, that is awesome. Okay, let's go with these here. You have the Hanged Man. Interesting that I don't do reversals, but that was in reverse. Interesting. Okay, so some of you, I'm gonna read what this says in reverse, even though, because that's how this showed up, but I don't do reversals. But because these cards have words on them, I'm gonna read what the words are. Discontentment, apathy, disinterest, stagnation, impulsiveness, negative patterns, and detachment. So interesting, Aquarius, that some of you may have been sitting in this space, right? Because this transformation card, that main message is suffering is optional. Some of you may have been allowing yourself to feel apathy, disinterest, stagnation, and being impulsive, or staying in negative patterns, or feeling discontentment within life or within your situations, or allowing yourself to have this kind of deep detachment. Okay, now we don't always want to be kind of holding on to things. We want to have kind of a bit of a detached, otherwise we can become kind of codependent on things, right? We don't want to be super attached. We do want to have some detachment. We don't, right? Look at attachment styles, if that would be beneficial for you, for those of you that would be interested or benefit from that. But some of you, that is how you've been suffering. You've been allowing yourself to stay in that space. So that's why this came out in that reverse, with the cards that actually have the words on it. That's what Spirit's putting through, that happened on purpose because of that. Now, isn't this interesting that this is also not going to, but Spirit's causing me, or creating this energy for me to notice that even though this is upside down, this is number 12, okay, but upside down, it doesn't look like a 2 and a 1, but that's kind of and then this one is 2 and 1, 21, the world, the next card with that, okay. So 21 is going to be something that is going to be another angel number to look up, or another 21 might be showing up, but also Spirit is indicating, wow, there's a lot coming through, and we haven't even really got into the cards much here, Aquarius. That 21, which this is not 21, I know, but this is what Spirit is showing me. 21 goes right in between these two cards, which is 19 and 26. So there's something in, either you're in the between here, Aquarius, you're in the between, or there is something that's going to be coming up in between, okay, in between something else, okay, that is going to create some momentum for you. All right, now let's go ahead and do this the way it should be, okay. This the Hanged Man. So some of you have been kind of hanging or keeping yourself suspended, allowing yourself to stay in these states, right, and or suffering, and not for even really good reasons. For some of you, you just feel like, yeah, it's just easier, or that's just life, or I just don't have the energy or the willpower to put in there. That's Spirit's indicating that those really aren't very good reasons, okay. Now straight up it says feeling trapped, confined, self-limiting, uncertain, lack of direction, needing release, letting go, sacrifice, waiting, lack of direction. That's interesting. That's on there twice. So some of you, and perspective, some of you really have been feeling as if you have a lack of direction, because that's on there twice. I have never noticed that before. And then it says it's time for a sacred pause. Stillness grants perspective. Okay. So some of you, whatever it is, right, this is what you potentially have been holding on to, because upside, right side, or upside down, or reversed, right, it kind of is coming through. But now then, it's showing here, right, the world is here. So this is completing. You are moving out of this cycle of this, for this transformation to come through. You're beginning to understand that the suffering, or whatever it is that you have been allowing yourself to stay in, or ruminate in, or whatever this may be, it's optional. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. You absolutely don't, okay? You have this, the world is all about moving into that completion, and or, right, it goes full circle. So you are coming to the end of this pattern, or this cycle, Aquarius, and there's a new one that is ready to start. There is that transformation that is ready to come through. There is that new relationship. There is that new potential career. There is whatever this is, that releasing of the struggle is what's coming. You're jumping off that struggle bus. Some of you are beginning, and some of you are kind of in the middle, okay, with that middle energy. We don't even know what these two cards are yet, and I don't know if I can pronounce that one, but boy, this has already been a pretty insightful message, okay. This says, what I've been working for is already done. So Spirit wants you to remember, Aquarius, that wherever you see yourself is exactly what it is. So if you keep yourself stuck in one space, or one image of yourself forever, one identity, holding on to that, okay, that is what is going to potentially continue. It is a circle. So if you continue to see yourself, let's say, as black and white or gray or whatever, instead of seeing the big, bold, beautiful rainbow or purple or pink or green or blue, whatever it is for you specifically, Aquarius, if you then you stay, right, and you continue going in that same circle, you continue going around in that. But once you begin to understand and see that you get to change, or you can change the way that you see yourself, that begins to reflect on the outside, and that cycle comes to a close. There's a completion, right? It goes full circle and it completes, and then a new kind of tale begins to grow, if that makes sense, or begins to come into effect. A new tale as in a new story, okay, because you're telling a new tale. All right, this is gorgeous. All right, now let's go ahead and see. Now this one is the one I'm not sure. You have 26 Vesica Pisces. Wow, but isn't that a gorgeous? Maybe you guys will be able to say that. That is number 26. Interesting, interesting. This is really you're if we look at this here, there's two things coming through with this, okay? There are two rings here. And if we look, the two outside rings and the two inside rings are kind of all coming together to create this sweet center, and there's a heart there. So two things are coming through with this first one. There was that energy of a potential relationship ending and a new one coming through. With those rings, it is coming through that potentially some of you are in the middle. Or isn't that interesting, because this is the middle? Look at that middle. Maybe that's why that 21 on both of those, in the middle, right? When Spirit was saying that this was in the middle of that, maybe that's it. This is maybe the middle, the heart space, right? But for some of you where that was the relationship thing, that one may be coming to an end so that this new beautiful one can start, that somebody may be coming in, it does look as if there is a heart connection, a soul connection of sorts within that, Aquarius, if this was specifically for you, okay? And the rings are indicating that there's a potential that you will, in kind of the long term, be married or have, or what is the word? Give each other rings. That's not the word, but that's what's coming through. Exchange rings with each other in whatever way. For some, that's a promise ring. For some, that's marriage. For some, that is, making a commitment in a different way. And whatever works for you, that is what is coming through here. Okay. Now, also, number 26 does kind of, if you put it together, it may be 26, but it also condenses down into number 8, which is the Strength card. Okay. So some of you are really, really in the space of creating truths within your own world via your soul. Does that make sense? Right? It's like you have all of these things that are all coming together because you have these two lines here as well, which are also right there, right? But everything comes into this connection. Everything, like this ring and this ring and this ring and this ring, or oval or circle or whatever you're seeing here, it all comes into a connection. It all comes into a creation, Aquarius, of you and your own truth. So you have this energy of creating your own truth in the world. Okay, so you are creating via the tale that you tell, your identity. You're creating your outlook. You're creating your reality. You're creating your world from the soul out. Okay, keep that in mind, because that is very, very important. Oh, wow. Dang. And then look at this. The Lovers is showing up just to solidify for you that if this has to do with leaving a relationship that hasn't been the best, or has felt like you were trapped, or felt like you were struggling, or just hanging in space, right? That we talked about close to the beginning of this reading. And then we talked about the rings and stuff. The Lovers is here. So yeah, Aquarius, this is a big confirmation that those of you that either haven't been in a relationship, this isn't a love reading, it's just a timeless reading, but this is a message coming through. So yay for you, right? That have been looking for love, or have been knowing that it's time to get out of a relationship because it hasn't been, the best relationship, or have been scared, or think that that's the best that it is. There is a healthy, loving relationship that is waiting for you, but you need to release, right? You need to let that transformation come on. You need to realize that that struggle or that relationship that doesn't feel so good, or potentially is toxic, or that potentially is attached, right? Again, look up attachment styles, because that has very much to do with all types of relationships. We talked about that, okay? That this can't come in until you release, detach, let go of, get yourself out of the trap, let yourself free, okay? Until you do that, this can't come in. But that is something that is wanting to come through for you, is a very healthy, loving, lasting relationship, Aquarius, okay? So wow, 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 okay? But also you have a dream coming true, or a wish fulfillment that is coming in, because you are willing to really look at things, to pay attention, to notice, wait, am I perpetuating? Is it my perspective? Am I holding myself here? Is that why this is happening? Am I not allowing the patterns to kind of have a completion, or the cycles to end? Am I holding on to that, right? Am I creating from this soul space? Am I telling the world my truth, right? Via kind of the connections that I make, because this is you, right? All love. We are all pure light, pure love, Aquarius. But if we are coming through and saying that, no, we're not, or we're victims, or whatever, not putting, because we all do this, me as well, okay? Just know that that this doesn't have to be this way. You have power within this. You can see yourself different. You can tell a different tale. I feel like a message similar to this came through recently, okay? But you have fulfillment, right? A wish fulfilled, a fulfillment coming in. This is a big yes with that Nine of Cups. Wishes coming true, realizations, dreams, happiness, cheerfulness, Aquarius, on and on and on. So for some of you, this is just getting off the struggle bus and realizing that whatever you want, you can create. If you can think it, Aquarius, if you can think it, you can hold it in your hand, okay? And others of you, there's a decision to make. That decision is whether you're going to get off the struggle bus or stay there, whether you're going to allow yourself to sit and ruminate over things from the past, or you're going to allow yourself to move on, whether you're going to move out of the stagnant energy, kind of hanging out, or the hanged man, feeling as if you're a victim, or you're going to stay there, okay? And also there is that energy of the Lovers coming in, or new love. My personal value systems lead me to love, right? My personal value systems lead me to love. That does include your beliefs, your identity, how you see yourself, how you project yourself, because how you see yourself is how the world sees you, Aquarius. Wow. So when you're putting your soul light out there, when you're telling the world your truth, make sure it is your truth in the way that you would love for it to be. When you are imagining yourself, Aquarius, it's almost as if, here's what I'm seeing. I do not know how I'm going to do this, but it's almost as if this is your third eye on your forehead, okay? And it's almost as if when you are having those, this is beautiful, this image that's coming through that I'm seeing, it's almost as if this is projecting, like a projector, projecting this light out onto the screen of your life, and to the screen of the world, from your soul out into the world, telling the world what it is, who it is, how you show up, who you are, your values, your beliefs, your identity, all of that stuff, that is coming from you, right? That light is being projected out, and what you project out is what is reflected back to you. You do not have to struggle. It's optional, okay? Wow. Powerful, Aquarius. Whew. Powerful, intense too. This was intense energy coming through here. Okay, some of you are right in the middle. Remember that. All right, I do intend this resonated with you and for you. If it did, please do hit the like button and share this video. It does help others to be able to see these messages that might not otherwise. Also, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time I upload new readings. It is free for you to subscribe to the YouTube channel, and it does support the Lucky Stars community in growing and thriving. I do hope that you got value out of this reading and all the readings on the channel. I know that I do, so I do hope that you do as well. As always, I do wish you lots of hope, lots of joy, and lots of love with all of your current and future endeavors, and I'll see you in the next reading.